Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Sorry, starting a second late. Boomer in the video here. So. Yeah, I like being a boomer sometimes. And of course, what I just did didn't work. Damn it. If this works. Yeah, there we go. I'll just do it this way and we'll deal with it. Good day, Impish. Hey, Linda. What's up, Valhalla? Okay, so thanks for joining me. This is a trip that we took in 2020. Uh, and we went to Alaska, and it's the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my entire life. Um, so I'm a big fan of trains, so I took a couple pictures of, and these are all my photos that I took on the trip. So, of course, I took some pictures of trains. Um, Somewhere in here, I put, and it will probably not come up like I like it to, or like I want it to. So we'll figure it out at the end. Shade, you put in a great deal of effort. You are the best mod outside of Valhalla. So yeah, so we flew in from did all these whatever. Um we flew into Anchorage by way of Minneapolis. So we went to Nickland and oh what? Oh, Valhalla's wife is in the reflection. That you are a gay mod for sure. Oh, do you need Valhalla? If you need me to take something out of that video, let me know. So, okay, cool. All right, cool. Um, so one thing, so we flew into Anchorage, and Alaska's such a big state that we really stayed along around the Anchorage area, even though we seemingly drove forever. Um, Absolutely gorgeous place, though. This is just okay. I gotta stop reading chat, or I'm gonna get distracted. Tired because somebody kept me up till 4. They know who they are. um. So yeah. So this is the Earthquake Park right outside of Anchorage, and just a picture of some mountains across the way. This again is just, I mean, every single inch. Every single inch of the state is just absolutely gorgeous. Um, so this is again from the Earthquake Park. I know, but it would have been better if it was you, Shade. Bahal is kind of, you know, he's not exactly my type, but, you know, take what I can get. So again, this is from that same Earthquake Park. This is right just to the west of Anchorage. Some random sticks and trees and stuff like that. Damn, impish. I'm sorry. Glad you hung out though. And again, this is from that same Earthquake Park, and we're looking back at Anchorage, the city right there underneath that mountain. So, yeah, somebody kept talking. By somebody, I mean Aussie. Six feet, Shade. 6 feet. So again, just absolutely gorgeous. And we were there in like, I think it was March. Um, we did have a good time. Well, I kept looking at the clock, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna make it to 4, and then we'll be done. And then look up again, and five's about to hit, and I'm like, all right, five's the last one. So, I mean, y'all were hanging out, so I wasn't gonna tell you to leave. Um, so we have a couple more. Just again, just gorgeous. This is like glacial mud right here. I guess you're not supposed to like walk in it, but nobody told us that until after we walked in it. Um, because I guess you can get stuck in high tide and everything. But we made it. This is to the east side of Anchorage. Yeah, by far my longest stream ever. I mean, Impish, we very much might go back. It was gorgeous. We have a couple more things on kind of the list prior to doing that, but I would imagine that yeah, we'll go back. Um, Fairbanks is like north of Anchorage, I think. We almost went up that way, but decided against it. So this is from the national park or state park or whatever down Seaward Highway outside of Anchorage, to the east. Um, and this is so it's like freezing cold, this water, and my youngest fell in, an idiot. It was cold, but okay. Because we went all the way up to Denali, but McKinley or whatever. This is the side of a mountain. Waterfall. I like waterfalls. There's a lot of waterfalls in Michigan here too, so. And like this is one of the mountain peaks with snow on it. Really cool. I hope it's not in here, but everybody made fun of me because I was like, we were walking up to the Independence Mine, and there was still, yes, we did, and we found some, and I'll tell that in a minute here. But so yeah, we were walking up to Independence Mine, and I didn't realize how deep the snow was or what was underneath of it. Rookie mistake. Yeah, like Alaska's just gorgeous, gorgeous. They're on my. I have a really nice Canon camera. Well, several of them. So DSLR. So, but thank you. Um, where was that? So okay, so I stepped off the like trail and didn't know that it was that deep, and my lovely family took a bunch of pictures of me, which will not be shown today. But I was like, I went through the snow, and it was super deep, and went through the little creek that was underneath of it. So uh, I was up to my hips in snow and couldn't get out. It was pretty funny. Um, Now, but it sucked at the time. It wasn't even that cold. There was just a ton of snow, so yeah, absolutely balls deep. It was so deep. But back to the gold painting, we actually panned on the stream down from the Independence Mine, the abandoned Independence Mine, and we got a couple little flecks of gold panning. Pretty cool. I have them in a vial somewhere. I just don't remember where I put it. Yeah, so Impish on, yeah, hit the like. Oh, good job, buddy. Impish, I have never seen the Northern Lights, despite my best efforts. We were, so I was on a predictor uh, that was predicting solar activity because that's where it comes from is solar particles hitting the atmosphere. Um, and I was on a solar predictor, and we were in the middle of Alaska, and I stayed up all night one time, and uh, while we were there, and it didn't happen. And we can sometimes see him. Excuse me. We can sometimes see him from northern Michigan, but I haven't got a chance to do that either. So one of the things I definitely want to see. So this is a waterfall at the park. Uh, yeah, I don't remember when we went. So But yeah, so um, where was I at? I lost my track. Uh, oh yeah, this park. So we were walking down the trails, walking some of the trails, and it said, they notify you that there's a bear spotting or whatever. And hey, what's up, Mamba? Uh, they like put a sign up that says "Watch for bear" or whatever. One's been spotted on this trail, and we walked by, and there was like this hole in the tree, and there was a little bear cub in there, and I turned to my family and said, "Nope, we need to get the hell out of here." So, little bear cub in the tree. I'm like, "Mama's somewhere, so let's get out of here." So, if not, just feed them the kids. I can run faster. A joke, joke. So that's the same. And then this is like the normal view down the Seaward Highway. It's incredible. Yeah, impish. It is literally energy. It's solar radiation hitting our ionosphere and atmosphere. I have a moose picture. I found a guy named. I found a moose named Moose Willis. Well, that's what I named him. So this is just. I think I was trying to do like a panorama, but it didn't work. But this is like nothing special. This is just on the side of the road, and it was so gorgeous. I'm like, oh, I have to pull over and take more pictures. Which chemicals? They give energy? Yeah. Or the chupacabra or the man bear pig. What would you do for a Klondike bar, Shade? So this is we're not going there right now. So this is we're on our way to Whittier, Alaska, and um, I forget what the glacier's name is, but we hiked down that as well. Um, and this is like the lake in front of. There's like a tunnel to the left, and but this was really cool. They're just chunks of ice floating in the water. There's some more pretty and something that I've never seen. So there's these big chunks of ice, and they broke off from the glaciers. Um, so then, when you go to Whittier, it's we took a glacial cruise out of Whittier, and there's like a tunnel. Uh, Impish, if you're up there, you might know about the tunnel. Like you can only cross ever so often, so it's like it's this very narrow, very small tunnel, and so it's like it will go westbound for a half an hour and then we'll go eastbound for a half an hour. And if you miss your half an hour, you just literally sit there and wait the entire time. or find something else to do. I think that there are Kodiak bears in Alaska. But yeah, so there's this crazy tunnel that takes you to this town that's on the, you know, on this on the water. I actually did a documentary about the, because it's all fishing and stuff like that. There's a couple of documentaries out about the building. Everybody lives in one building in Whittier. It's like a condo and everything's in there. School's in there, all that stuff. Yeah, you can't go outside negative 57 degrees. But so anyways, so this town is like very secluded from anything else. And it was really cool to be able to go hang out there for a little bit. And this was kind of the area. Awesome water. Just a little creek. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so the Whittier Tunnel, I think I have a video of it, but I couldn't find it immediately. So, um, if I do, maybe I'll put it up as a short video. It's like the creepiest tunnel you've ever been to. So this is again just this little creek. And I actually flew my drone. I took my drones with me. Yeah. So, um, no, you don't, Linda. It's bad for you. I didn't fish. I would have liked to, but we didn't spend enough time in one spot to really get to it. But definitely something maybe next time. So. Yeah, that kind of sucked when they took everything out of bars, but so this is, and I probably have drone video of this too, but this was just absolutely gorgeous. This photo doesn't know justice. It was just kind of wide open, mountains in the background. Incredible. And this is basically turning around from the previous pictures. So that's the creek up the other way. So this is Whittier, and this is the harbor. So up in the upper left-hand corner is kind of the tunnel. You can't see it on here because it's like through the corner to the left. Right. I agree with Man Bun. Like, didn't make any sense. But yeah, so this was gorgeous, and this is where we picked up the glacial cruise. So, I just thought it was a very picturesque area and had to take some. So, this is on the cruise, and there are little waterfalls coming off the mountain. They're kind of hard to see, but because the ice was melting, and don't know, but pretty. This is the first time I've ever seen seals in the wild. Like they were pretty interesting characters. They were just chilling out. Yeah. Like the Ford Model Ts. They have any color as long as it's black. So yeah, this is it's first time I've ever seen seals in real life. They were very interesting characters. And there they are again. They were playing on those, and they would like dive off and kind of hang out. How many damn seal pictures do? That's a big guy. He was probably going fishing. Swim with leopard seals? I think they're mean, aren't they? Aren't seals mean? So this is one of the glaciers sliding down the mountain. Yeah, I mean they were really good at like climbing and jumping. They were more agile than I thought for being the shape they were. Well, everything's safer than dolphins, you know. I don't think leopard seals are as touchy, let's say. So again, this is just, I mean, like the whole state is just breathtaking. Like you can literally turn any direction and see something like this. So, I mean, even if you can't, I would pay to see you fight a seal. That would be fun. Huh. It's just that from another. Maybe those are just Australian dolphins. So here we are again on the boat and just going towards. I mean, it is so hard to understate. Like it sounds like I'm like fluffing up Alaska, but it is so understated. It is the most beautiful place that I have ever been. Yeah, I mean if you're looking for that, then dolphin's probably your best bet. So again, snow-covered mountains. And when we were actually flying over, it looked insane. It looked like nobody even. It looks like it was uninhabited. Um, Did you have a bad experience with the dolphin? Maybe too close? We should do one of those fake, like, over dramatized lawyer ads for, like, did a dolphin touch you? Oh, what's Hayden's law firm? Glacier Law or whatever? Oh, Glacier Law. Yeah, I mean, it's just so gorgeous. So this is an actual glacier coming down into the water. We get closer. There's more of it too. Just gorgeous landscapes. Exactly. So this is what they actually look like flowing into the sound or into the well, it's actually ocean, but and they flow like rivers, so they just slide down the mountain. I mean, obviously you can't see them because they're going very slowly, but so here's another one. It splits into a couple pieces. And then the water has a bunch of particles in it from the ice from the glaciers. So it's the boat ride that we took. They had like a fishing net, and they made drinks out of the ice from the glacial water. So they just grab a piece of ice and like grind it up and put it in your drink. So that was pretty cool. Here's another glacier, and you can really see all the ice that's I don't think that the glaciers consented, but maybe. Okay, same one. So this is the one that you like see on most of the travel sites or whatever. This is, and I forget what it's called, but it's like a wall glacier, and this one will break off randomly and fall into the water. But it is absolutely massive. So this is like the full view of it, and just the scale is incredible. I agree with Shade. Just start drinking again. So again, yeah, just, I mean, awesome scene. I was in love with this, so there's probably like 40 pictures. So I'll try and get them. Oh no, we're good. I think since it's nature, it's okay. It's allowable. Have Mrs. Valhalla go get some. No? I have to look into that. Huh. We went into an ice cave on but we were with trained professionals, so. Well, that's unacceptable. Yeah, just a piece of the glacier ice. So cool. This is another pretty good size one. It looks just like snow, but huge glacier. Yeah, just ride a goat. It can't be illegal to ride a goat. Sorry. Backing up. There we go. I'm backed up a little. So this is just so this is the back of the boat, and then we're leaving the glacial area. And just some more gorgeous. Trying to get to a new topic, but I don't remember how many are in here. Like just hours. Like this boat ride was an all-day thing, and it was just hours of gorgeous. This is the melt coming off the top of the mountain. Oh, here's my buddy. This is a bald eagle. There were a couple of them flying around and fighting on the mud flats there. He was hanging out. There he is flying. Like he was probably 6-8 feet away from us at one point. So they're not afraid. There's the pretty American eagle again. I didn't have an appropriate lens, but I think I still captured decent. Seriously, Impish? Like they were all over. He was fighting with this other like nasty bird, as you can see. They're America's bird. This is just it yet. Oh, this is where we got the gold. This is where we were panning down from the thing. So we just got some silt from the bottom on this side. It was concealed. So this is just another river on the way. Like I said, the whole thing was beautiful, so I stopped frequently to take pictures. What's up, Crystal? Yeah, panning was cool. I mean, we obviously wanted to try it because we're in Alaska, so. Yeah, 50A, 50A is so this is Manasuka, and I pronounced that terribly wrong. Manasuka Glacier, up in Glacial View, Alaska, northeast. And we actually hiked to this one. It was about 5.5 miles round trip. So not terrible, but not a short walk either. So this is glacial melt coming off. These are little streams, and we actually drank some of the water fresh out of the melt there. So and that's again. They tell you not to step in like we went with the guide so we didn't die. But they tell you not to step in this water because it can be deceptively deep. This is actually getting into the glacial area. You can see then I actually, and despite wearing these big ass spikes on the bottom of our shoes, designed for walking on glaciers. Um, we all fell, like every one of us. Greedy, it was not even that cold. Like, it was so refreshing. Like, it tasted so good. It was like magic. And impish. Yep. Uh, don't even worry about it. House, I mean, it's done. It had its go, but so this is like a little cave where the water seeps down in, and the water, the melt kind of cuts into it. This is just starting to get on top of the glacier, so this is climbing up. This is actually where I lost my drone, and luckily the guide went and got it for me. But it was far windier than I thought it would be, stupidly, on a glacier. So, exactly. Exactly, man bun. Um, so yeah, it gust of wind came off the top and shot my drone forever away. But the guide was awesome. Nandor, as your attorney, I urge you not to answer that question. Yes, the guide was awesome and got a pretty good tip for climbing to get my drone. So when you get up there, it starts looking, you like start seeing the blue through it. So this is where we were climbing up. And there's just these little fissures, and this is the lake down here where it's melting. This is me on top of the glacier taking a picture outward to where we just kind of walked kind of down this right side and then around to this white building in the back. Yes, Impish, we rented, so that was the nightmare of the trip. So we rented a car, and uh, we rented a car through like a car sharing service. I won't give them credit because they sucked, but we rented a car, and then as we were heading to the airport, they're like, "Oh, your car was involved in an accident, and uh, it's not going to be able to be used." So then we went back through like Enterprise or whatever, like the rent a cars, and like, yeah, we don't have any cars. Like, oh shit, like this is an expensive trip that we don't have a car for. What are we gonna do? And then we found a separate. Does Michigan have plugins? I'm confused. You're gonna have to. So, anyways, we found like another private car that was not our preferred choice, but it worked. Michigan had plugins. That's a whole new experience for me. You're gonna have to clarify, Impish. I don't know what you're talking about. That would have been my second choice. Oh, the other thing, like, Oh, yeah. No, we don't have that here. It doesn't get as cold here. So, another thing that we thought was kind of funny is we went into, we of course started in Anchorage, and they have a, like many places in the country, they have a pretty good drug problem going on. And we walked down by the rail depot, and we were there like at the start of tourist season, but not like into tourist season yet. I remember that much. Might have been spring. I don't know. I can look it up, but um. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop reading the chat for a second. So, we drove by the train station, the Alaska Rail train station, and all down the side of the hill there, by like the municipal buildings and train station and all that stuff. Um, just tents, homeless tents everywhere, just everywhere, all littered throughout the side. And then we, so we turned around, we went through, and then we flew back out of Anchorage to go home, and we went back through the train station, and it had officially begun tour season, and they were running, train trips at that point, and the whole thing was cleared out. So in a week, they cleared out the whole like homeless encampment because tourists were coming. When we never plugged them in, but when I used to go ice fishing in Canada and it got down to, negative 52, um, we would just take a pipe from the snowmobile. So we'd start the snowmobile and run the pipe into the engine bay to start the truck. That's how we got along around it. So yeah, EVs in Alaska probably wouldn't work. So here's some more glacial area. And this is the side. No Teslas in Alaska. I don't know that I saw any in Alaska. So here's more of the. It's just awesome, and it was really cool. Here's one of my favorite pictures of the glacier that we walked on, because it looks so like Disney Frozen without the grooming. Oh, yeah, just another one. Okay, we're rolling through these. Should be onto a different topic by now. I'm hitting. Yeah, it does. And then this is just another mountain. Like they're everywhere. Like it looks like this every inch. Yeah, so there's a there's what's called the mountain pass. It must have been spring. I'll have to look it up and I'll let you guys know. But it's like a mountain pass that says impassable, don't go down this road or whatever. Yeah, it's not my car. Let's go. And we drove down it. Um, it wasn't bad. Uh, but when we got to the actual like 2 mile pass of the through the mountain, we couldn't make it, so we turned around and went back. But neat drive. Yeah, that's a good point. This one I just thought was cool because there's fog rolling over the mountains. Another just gorgeous creek, like everywhere. Um, this is the river that my other son fell into. These are just some rapids. Again, just side of the road. Like, this is so it was such a cloudy day. There aren't even ice. It's like snow. Like, weird. It was weird here. Terrible picture, but it was a bad day, and this is as close as I could really get a good picture. But this is Mount Denali or Mount McKinley, whichever one you prefer to call it. So, uh, highest point in North America. Yeah, you can snowmobile over there. Shade. No, my sons are clumsy. Very much so. In northern Michigan, they just put sticks on the side of the road to. They don't plow anything. They just put sticks up. Hope you know where you're at. So here's Mount McKinley or Mount Denali. Pretty much indistinguishable from the cloud cover, which was unfortunate, but yeah. Another just gorgeous river. I think this was on the way to Anasuka. Here's Moose Willis. I told you he was in here. I like got out, and walked up to him. He was more interested in eating than me, so he was dubbed Moose Willis. He is my moose. Oh, I thought I had more than that. This was just interesting for some reason this car was in a random parking lot and just melted to the ground. Why not take a picture? I wasn't worried about Moose Willis. One, we're friends from high school. Two, I'm bigger than he was. And then just a mountain. Seriously, you can do this to me now. Dang, it could be Mighty Moose. So this is kind of the very limited path. This is supposed to be at the beginning, but of course it never works like you want it to. This is kind of the path that we took. As you can see, it's a very small part of Alaska. It felt like forever, though. We put a lot of miles. Um, and this is only like half of Alaska, so a bunch. I think Fairbanks is kind of right to the right of that AK, right? All right, take care, Greedy. So I think that, oh, I don't have a cursor, like a laser pointer. So I think that Anchorage is somewhere like north of F and east of AK. So, but Alaska's huge. Like, just a little bit bigger than this loop is pretty much the inhabited parts of Alaska. And a good portion of that's military, so. And, oh. And this is my flight route with my great drone skills. Better than Valhalla. See how wonderful this line is? So I went from Detroit to Nick Land to Anchorage. And Anchorage is a trip flying into because there's mountains like all the way around, and you have to like round into it. You can't come straight in. Yeah, I know. Like I so I had it set up and then it didn't work properly. So I had to like scramble at the last minute. So very realistic flight patterns. I think so too. Yeah, I don't mind flying. It was a long flight, really long flight from Minneapolis to Anchorage. Over we flew Delta, and they had in-flight movies, so I just kicked back and watched movies. Awesome. They have like the seat, the like the things in the back of the seats, so you can watch whatever you want or play games and stuff like that. Cannot fly a helicopter. They're terrible. They don't make any sense. But yeah, on your previous comment, we like to like park ourselves and then see as much as we can. Was that on last night's stream, Linda? That you got drunk and flew? But yeah, Shade, we we take the opportunity. We're like, we don't know if we're ever gonna make it back. We don't know if we're ever gonna go. So we want to take in as much as we possibly can. So yeah, I concur. Anything less than first class is terrible. But it's so expensive anymore. Buying is, but when I flew to Texas, like height of pandemic, I had an entire plane to myself. It was fantastic. Yes, meat wad. All right, guys. Well, I have to get back to work. So thank you for hanging out with me and going through Alaska. Um, thanks, mods, for being awesome. Yeah, no, I agree. Unless you're by yourself. Like when I go to Texas, I go by myself and like 30 hours. I'm not gonna drive that. But yeah, I know. I feel the same way. Trust me. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Hit the like on the way out, and I'll see everybody at 4 for my time for Hayden. Thanks for hanging out. Take care.